Well, hello there. It seems we've gathered quite a crowd this evening. That's a first. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Scriptor. And welcome back to Dyson Sphere program. With Red Icarus standing right here. Looking at our glorious, what are they called? I forget that all the time. Quantum chips, that's the one. And we're not getting as many as I would like to, because, again, we're running short on processors. Like we always do. So I'm thinking about squeezing another line somewhere in here. We could request the materials we need. So that is something we have to do in order to do all of this, which has been set up, but they are not producing yet. So we're gonna do solar sails this time. It's finally time to start the Dyson Swarm, so solar sails is a must. We also need the guns that are not guns, the rail ejectors, which fire those solar sails into orbit around our star and give us power, hopefully. To gather that power, we also need the ray receiver, which we need to set up. I've already made some, as you can see, that's quite the recipe there. And we are constantly running short on these, because every high-tech needs those. If I ever start this again, which I will, believe me, it's gonna be a YouTube series, this is one of the main production lines. It's used everywhere, and the bottleneck is these two. Because these two are required to feed in here. Oh, it's quite a thing. Alright, we need more processors, so we need more circuit boards. Quite a few. Oh, it's okay, we're making enough. And we also need more of the microcrystalline components. So basically we need circuit boards, silicon and copper. Where can I squeeze that in? There is no room here anywhere. Great. So I guess we'll make another facility over there. We still have some room. We managed to connect our little strip of concrete over here to the beginning of our factory, right here. We went all the way around the freaking planet. Look at that. Look at this. All the way around. That's quite a thing. Now, considering that our pocket crafting, our little shopping mall, is down here, and this is just resources crafting, that is a lot. That's a freaking lot, and it's not enough. I also doubled up on the science. It went just way too slow, so I just doubled up on it. It's looking quite nice. It's glowing in the dark. It's awesome. It's glowing over here as well. I switched over the warpers to using green signs instead of lenses. Makes much more sense to use the lenses to make green signs and then just use green signs to make the warpers, because we get 16 times the amount. So why wouldn't we do that? Also, we are stocking up on warpers. We're not nearly using them as fast as we're producing them, which is quite good. Which means more of the green science is actually going to go into the science over here. It seems like we're using almost one of the science towers, of which we have 3. Yeah, we need to expand quite heavily to make that work. Then again, that's the wrong button. We have a lot of empty space on this planet. Shouldn't be a problem to make more science and put all the factories in. Also, what I have discovered, to my dismay, we have organic crystals on this planet. It's one of the main reasons I picked this planet. I wasted about 6 hours setting up the whole organic crystal chain using, where is it? That recipe there, with the plastic and the oil and all the stuff, when we could have just mined them breakneck speed, because we can't do 21 per second, but this little mine can, and there's like 3 more deposits on the planet. Yeah. Goes to show, even the German is not as proficient as always these days. Ah well. Alright. This is our lifeline of warpers right here, which is connecting all these stations together, and it starts, I think, on that one over there, or the next one over. Yeah, I think it's that one over there. So this wrapped around the whole planet. We have a belt going around the whole planet doing nothing but warpers, and we're still stocking up on warpers. There must be 1,000 on this belt, no problem. Not a problem for me. So, yeah, it's good. It's definitely good. So, processors. More freaking processors. What do we actually need? Circuit boards and these 2. So we need 3 materials going in and we need 1 material going out. So we need one of these big stations. Because the other one can only do 3 materials in total. I think I will restrain myself from using the small ones, because these ones are much more versatile. They do the same thing as the small ones, but they have 2 more slots, They can fit warpers and they can fit the big vessels, these guys. The logistics vessels, which means we can actually send them off-world if we have to. We don't need to exchange a station for something else if ever we have to send them off-world to get stuff. So why would we ever use the small ones? The small ones turn into the big ones. It's the only reason to produce them at all. Let's continue this line a little bit. And then also we're gonna fill this in here. Use you. That's the wrong one. Sorter, that one. Bam. Connect it up. Can I please press the right thing? You. Yes. There. And one in the middle somewhere there. Power is given. Warpers are coming in. Done. Lovely. You're charging up. Alright, so what's our power usage? That's not bad. That's okay. I mean, we were at 800 before somewhere. We must have stocked up on most of the things, which is quite good. So, let's have a quick look here. As you all know, I'm using a few mods. One of them turns Icarus into red, which I love. One of them changes the grid colors, so it's, you know, just some stupid stuff. But one of them gives you a calculator, this guy over here. So I'm targeting 16, 2 rows of 8 of the blue assemblers to make solar panels. Not solar panels, solar things. What are they called? Yeah, you can't look it up in here. Solar sails? Yes. See, I know things. 720 per minute. That is 62 per second. Okay, keep that number in mind. 62 per second. This gun can shoot 20 per minute. Well, if we're doing 720 per minute, how many do we need? You calculate that. It's 5400, so it is 36, right? 720 is 36 of these. Wow, okay. They use the supermagnetic coils, and they use the processors, and some basic stuff that we have in abundance. So that is also going to be a thing. I've already set them up because it will take a time. It will take some time until they start producing because of the magnetic coil things. It's a bit of a thing. Alright. So, let's see. Processors. We're gonna do how many? I think one more line should be good. What's the recipe on the processors? You need 2 of the microcrystalline components. You have nearly the same crafting speed. So if I double these up with the blue ones, the blue assemblers, the 150% speed ones, one should feed one processor, no problem. And these need silicon and the other things. I'm using all the words today. Alright, let's get this started. How do I want to do that? I think we're just gonna go straight down here. Filter 1. Sure, why not? Filter 2. That's gonna be basic resources. Let's set that up. 1. Which one do we want where? We need more of the silicon, so silicon is gonna be 2, because that's closer to the assembler. You're gonna be that. And then we also need circuit boards. And we're not gonna export the components, we're just gonna go straight for the processors, and that's the only thing we're gonna export. So local supply, remote supply, we're gonna not do with these. This is, everything comes to this planet. We may request from off-world. We haven't set any off-world crafting up for these 3 things, so it's no use in doing that. At least not right now. Then we're gonna have assemblers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to have a line going through. I hate that you can't do shift tab on these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, I'm gonna go straight down here. And then we're gonna have a line going back. 1, 2, 3, 4. What was that? What? Placed a single one? Great. There you go. Okay, let's set that up. We want. And I have enough on me, that's glorious. You want one of these? This is where we start. Ooh, this could be a bit close. If I put you here, you're not going to connect, are you? Yeah, that's a bit of a thing. This collides with that one, so I have to move all of this over a little bit. It's not a big deal, it's just annoying. That's what that is. You can go away, which means you need to be 1 over. 1 over is enough, because there's not going to be anything interfering on the output side. Come on. There you go. So that should be fine. Let's test it. Let's set up the first 2. And as soon as we have that set up, we can just copy them. Recipe first. So you're gonna be processor, which means you need 2 of each every 3 seconds. So we have plenty of time to get those from the belt into the machine, or from the machine into the machine. So no need to worry, we can just use regular old Mark II sorters. That's great. Over here though, we're gonna use the fast ones just because we can. That one and that one. Great. Start the copy machine. Now obviously the sorter on the right will not be copied because there's nothing there to connect. That doesn't really matter though, because when I copy this guy, it copies the inserter as well, or the sorter. And that means it will be placed. Don't have to worry about it. There you go. Don't need that. Don't need that. That or that. That should still be connected. There's no broken link icon, so it is still connected and doing fine. Let's put our power poles at the usual spot. Hello? Lack of item? Hello? How am I running out of power poles? They stack up to 100. I should have noticed when I was running out on those. It seems like I haven't. Precision landing. That's what we're doing right here. Give me a stack. Thank you. Also, let's sort that real quick. Any weird things that we don't need? Let's fill that up. No, looking good. Everything else we have. Let's go. I wonder if going around the other way would have been faster. Anywho, give me that thing. One here, one there. That should be everything taken care of. Then you need a recipe. You're gonna be doing this. I mean, I'm already getting copper. I could have just gotten iron too, instead of the circuit boards, and made my circuit boards right here. Then again, I could have just started with the basic resource and made everything from ore, right? I'm not gonna do that now. We have our smelting over there, not too far away, so it's gonna be a thing. Then, demand, how many do we want? A lot. Let's go to 1,000 here. That should probably be enough. Come on. And if you ever stack up to 10,000, fine. Stuff's coming in, drones are going out. Alright, it's gonna take a while for them to come back. These are actually coming in from the providing station, that's lovely. Silicon also. And as you can see, they're just going over the top of the planet, over the pole. And we should have everything here in a moment. That is backfilling the belt. I wonder if we need faster belts here. Probably is a good idea to do so, at least for this stuff. Yeah, that's better. Copper is fine. I mean, we are producing 45 per minute, so 0.75 per second is what we're doing right now. Which means we need 0.75 copper per second times 8. And this belt can transport 12. And 0.75 times 8, it's not 12, it's half of that. But we need double of this for the silicon. So having a belt that transport 12 is barely enough. Now with these sorters picking up to 6 items at a time from the belt, is it 6 right now? I think it's 6, right? Yeah, it's 6. Cargo stacking 6. This may not ever arrive down here. So having a faster belt here is definitely beneficial. And it seems like everything is working. Do you have to wait for a long time? No, look at that. We have 7, 8, 9, almost 10. It's trying to get there. And it's sort of getting there. This guy takes a little bit longer because this guy wasn't getting any silicon for a while. But yeah, we're doing 45 per minute and this is doing 20 per minute, so it's a little bit less than half speed. And it uses 2 of these components. So it's using 40 per minute and we're doing 45 per minute. It's perfect. I have a little bit of downtime for these guys. So whenever this is done, if these guys are completely backed up, this should actually stop for just a very, very short time. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Eh. This has to be backed up. It's at 6. Sometimes at 7. So whenever this reaches 10, I believe is the magic number, then it will stop for a second or two. Well, not really for a second, for a split second. Right, so now I believe we have enough processor capability. Yeah, they're going very fast for all the other things as well. To get into this. Now, the question is, do I want to double up on this one? And that's probably not the worst idea, because we are using them quite fast. So let's go and do the same on this side. I think I need you up down here. And I'm putting in another belt here, because this belt, again, up here, will be too close to this assembler. So when I try to connect over to an assembler here, it will tell me it's obstructed. It is annoying, but it is what it does. So we just do it this way. And that works for me. And probably everybody else. Also, that ensures that we have enough capacity on this belt. I mean, 30 per second is definitely enough if we need 12 per second. Now, we may be running into issues with this belt. Although, it should just barely fit. And if it just barely fits, you want to upgrade to the next one. That's just how it works. Also, you don't belong there, actually. So, what we're going to do is we're going to copy one of these. Press Tab, switch off copying the inserters. And put it where it actually belongs. And then put in the inserters manually right there. If I ever find them. They're down here. We're using these ones. That's looking okay. Now we need one of these belts. And you're going down here. All the way to there. And then we need the belt going back before I place the assembler. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one. Yep, that I can place as is. That works just fine. Let's fill this up. You're gonna start where exactly? On this line right here. Lovely. There you go. Yeah, of course. No, that's the wrong way around. There. Screw it. Oh, you're at the bottom because I turned you around. Yeah, I put this on the top one, that's why. Can I please have that here now? Thank you, because you're in the way. Now I can take the spot away, and this is still connected and everything is fine, even though it wouldn't let me place it a second ago. That's the fun in this game. There you go. Recipes are all set, we just need to put in the power poles. And that should go full tilt now. Running short on anything? We may now be running short on the circuit boards. actually. Don't think so, but it could be a thing. Silicon has also been bothering me lately, so we probably want to have a look at that situation before we do anything else. I mean, we also need to kill some time, really, to make sure that we get the resources required to activate this machinery. So I think we're just gonna put in a full new smelting array for silicon right over here. Okay, let's have a look at the one we set up earlier. By earlier, I mean like stream 1. No, it's like, when was it? 5 streams ago or so, when we actually moved to this planet. We don't really have that much going on here. Some is turned into crystal, so that's 3 lines of silicon. That is not much. We can do way more than that. A lot more than that. We should have enough silicon around. Yes, look at that. 20 million going strong. We finally are getting rid of that bit of copper ore, which is right here. And then we can get rid of that mine altogether there. That's quite lovely. Alright. Who would have thought that we're going to set up a smelter at the end of where we have processors and solar cells and whatever. I wouldn't, but, you know. Fun game. Also, we only have 80. Go that way. Jump! Where's my smelters? Over here in the big messy factory. Right. Let's grab you, put the 18 back. So that's 100 now. That should be okay. Anything else we're missing? I have circuit boards on me for some reason. Some of the green... these guys. That would be lovely. Could also stock up on these, put the 14 back. Sort. Green belts, blue belts. Why you stopped? What happened here? Did I put the wrong belts in here for some reason? Well, that seems to be working now. Alright, I misclicked earlier and I just moved half my inventory in here, so there were some... These guys were in there, obviously those guys were in there for some reason. Okay, sure, yeah, but now it's working. Yeah, it's working fine. Well, let's get some. That's looking okay, yeah, I can live with that. Let's head back and set up the smelting array. And then we probably need some more mines for silicon, otherwise we will be running short on the raw material. Always fun. Oh, autosave. Save me, autosave. Okay, so how are we going to set this up in the first place? I think this is going to be a return belt right here. There you go. And how far up can we go? I have these quite far up, but we can't do this high because we will collide here and then we don't have room for belts and all that. So that's 10 in a row. We're gonna do 9 in a row. It's a bit weird, but we're gonna do 9 in a row. Just don't fight it. It's not worth it. We'll start down here. You are going to be this. Copy-paste. Thank you. If that is the return belt, then we have incoming belt right here. I'm going to use you for that. It's lovely, which means we can have another one straight up here grabbing from that belt. Same as here grabbing from that belt. Which means we need another return belt right here. And another one here. I'm not even worried about using whatever conveyor belt. We're just gonna go with the blue ones and be happy that it works. Which means we can use that return belt, and we can use that return belt. That's 6 times 9 is 56. Is that enough? 56 per second? I don't know. Probably not. There's 2 more belts on this side, 2 more on that side. I could go with a full more row here if I wanted. You know what? We have them, might as well. You come out here. Go like that. Do I even need to do that? Yeah, I do. What am I even thinking about here? Brain is doing brainy things. Just ignore it. It's a German brain that does that once in a while. There, and then just for the fun of it, we're gonna use the green one. Oh, look at how this fit in here. Just it's a bit tight. I like tight. Tight is good. And if we really wanted to min-max this, we could, you know, merge these belts together into one before we connect it to save 1 port on this thing, but then again, not a thing we need to worry about. There's only 2 things going on here, that and that. And you're gonna be doing all of that, and you're gonna be doing that, and that. Don't think we're having anything off-world right now, so it's not a thing we need to worry about. Do this, do that. This and that. Yeah, see, there is not much. That's our main problem now. We need more resources. We also need to set up all of this. Alright, let's do that. How fast are you? You need 2 per 2 seconds. So you need 1 per second, and you're outputting every 2 seconds. So we can go green all the way here. Let's do this, and this, and this, and this, and that should be a sustainable thing now. Is it the right way around? You never really know until it's powered. I think so. Ooh, it's looking okay. There you go. 1, 2, 3. 1 space for the power pole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 space. 1, 2. And here we can actually do 3. No problem. We just can't do it in the middle here. That is 5 and 6. That's 11. Don't like that. Let's do 10. Looks a little bit weird. Don't like that either. That is less weird. See, if you could just hold and drag, that would be such an improvement from placing large-scale things like this factory chain. You know what, let's put in the power poles first, otherwise I'm gonna make mistakes here. So glad we just stacked up on power poles, because we're now using quite a few. Also, I figured out power issues we had last time. Oh wow. It's not this. They were actually saying up here generation capacity 120 or something. So obviously half of this line wasn't connected to the rest, and it turned out that like the upper half here wasn't connected to the lower half. And then I put in one of these smelting rows right over here for the glass, where these are actually connecting. These here are not. They are too far away from each other. That's the main issue. But these were connecting, so all of a sudden the lower network kicked in with the upper network, and everything was fine again. We were back up to 630 where we should have been. Ah, you know. That is so hard to spot sometimes. unless you have an idea about what's going on, you click on the right thing in the right moment. Also, you're not having power up there. That's a little bit... Okay. We can fix that. I can just do this instead, which is what we usually do up here. Just have the sorter on the side that's closest to the power pole, so not on the upside here, but on the downside. And then once you go down here, the next 3 usually will be close to this, and the bottom 3 will be close to this. Because when they overlap, and when we usually have them 5 apart, there's this little gap in the middle here. But it's a good spacing, it usually works. You go there, that goes away. You there, which means that's that one. And that is fixed. Which means up here we actually need to copy these guys. Well, that's input, output, that's the wrong one. Do I have this mistake all over here? Yeah, I do. Input, output. Input, output. Input, output. Wrong. I need you here. That's done. Okay, let's quickly check those. These are all wrong. It's lovely. As soon as I have power, you see that little green arrow there that's telling you which way they are facing. You're correct in our... Yeah, you are. You are not. That doesn't make this go any faster. Let's see, if I take you and spin you around. Yeah, okay, that doesn't help at all. Let's just manually set it down and connect it as we should. There you go, and then I can copy you with the sorters. Thank you. Except for this one. Which needs to be that one. That looks okay. Which means I can copy you over here. Yes. Pressing all the buttons, just not the right ones. See, now it flipped it around. You can clearly see that on the bottom right there is a sorter, and on the middle left there is a sorter. And when you look at this guy, I just... Hey? Why does this not fit? Oh, because I moved you upwards. Oh, that's great. Alright, alright, alright. Just shut up. I'm gonna do it manually. You're going back, so your output, your input. And then you are going to be replaced by that one. So these all look good. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. So now I should be able to copy these. And that's correct. Sometimes it flips it around, which is really weird. Haven't figured out when it does that. So I'm not really prepared beforehand. Just have to put them down in an area where you have power, so you can see that little green arrow and see if this is in or out, because just looking at the model here, you don't see if that's going in or out. There's no way to tell. It would be pretty easy to just put a little arrow like on top here that shows that, or running lights that go that way instead of the other way around, I don't know. There's options here. That's all I'm saying. Because power is usually the last thing I worry about. I worry about spacing these, and then, yes, I do put in at least the power poles, but I usually don't have them connected to anything because I don't want this to start just running willy-nilly when I haven't even figured out if I want to connect it up, if that is good, if the ratio is right, if I have to change stuff. Cleaning up the mess is always a thing. It's just less of a mess when you don't have stuff on the belts being moved into machines and then cluttering up your inventory while you have to replace machines and you're picking them up and all that. There you go. Now that is smelting right here. Oof. Alright, we're slowly getting stuff, very slowly. We don't have enough. No matter how you look at it, we don't have enough. We need to find more, but that shouldn't be a big deal. We have 20.5 million on this planet, and there's one right here. And another one. So, we're gonna go and pick that clean. Now, for the belts. All of you do the same. Which means you're going to do that. You're going to do that. You're going to do that. And then there's one more over here that's going to do that. And there we go. Now, where was that? Right here. That's what we're gonna use. And we may even feed a sneaky belt just straight into here. Because that's still the fastest way of transporting that stuff. Alright, do we have miners? We have 18. It's a PG show, we have 18 miners. Ha ha ha. And again, we're gonna space these not for efficiently picking up the most nodes or whatever. We're spacing these as close to each other as possible so we can pick up full belts, basically. As many as possible. Just want to say, I can't understand why that is not turning red, but that's looking very good right there. Output, that's one of the mods right here. Maximum output, so we're at 20 right now. Let's see if we can get this to 30 and then just use one belt. 25, 30.8, that's good. I can live with 30.8. At least it's never gonna run out of stuff. And that I'm gonna... yeah, just fire into this guy. Let's see, how much do we actually need right now? So if these are doing 2 per 2 seconds, is 1 per second, right? How many do we have? That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. We need 3 of these mines feeding into that. Well, it's a bit of a thing. You have room. I may just move that stuff into here. Just straight up there. And you can just do the drone thing. That's a word now. It's the drone thing. That's what we're doing. How about like that? Straight up into there. And yes, I'm using blue belts for the whole thing. Seriously? Okay. That's the weird thing. It tells you angle is to white when you do this in one go, but you can place it down right where it says angle is to white, and then click it again and connect, and it will work. Don't ask. It is what it is. Don't have to understand it, you just have to live with it. That's connected, and now we should be getting a full belt. Yep, that's a full belt. With a little extra. I don't know if this output takes into consideration that we have upgraded mining speed. because this is backing up quite nicely. So what happens when I do this? It still looks to me like this is 30 and a little bit. And we're currently at... Where? I have to go here. Mining speed 150%. I don't know if that's included in this calculation yet. I have no idea, because I got that mod when I was already at 150%. We're getting it pretty fast. The drones are going. That's one of the reasons why I set this to minimum load of 100%, because drones now do 100. So this is going in intervals of 100. And not just, oh, there's like, there's 4 crystals lying around. Let's just do those 4. No, wait until you have at least 100 before you go. And that means we can actually keep up with the amount of drones we have with the stuff that we're getting. Alright, that's good. We need 2 more of those points. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. Urgh. You haven't even received anything yet. That's great. Let's extend you. That's just a green belt, right? Yeah, it's just a green belt. Little bit, itsy bitsy teeny green belt. I'm picking all the words today. Connect that up. Getting the warpers, getting the power. Being awesome all the way. So are we getting stuff? Yes, slowly. Well, not that slowly. Still need more though. So let's align ourselves with north and have another look where we are and where we can get stuff. There's still that right there, which I seem to be too stupid to see. Yeah, that is a perfect explanation right there. This I'm gonna build straight into here. There's just no way around that. So how about I get rid of you, then I move you up, and back down. That ensures we have at least one vein going in here. And not anywhere else where this might be requested. I mean, there's only one other smelting facility that is requesting that stuff. But you know what I mean. I might be running a little short on this stuff, though. The soil pyre. Again. When are we not short on soil pyre? I need to find a planet that I can just plaster over to get all the soil in the world. It's 25. Still not enough. Over here I don't get any. Over there I can't place any. Okay, well, it is 25. That's what we're getting. It's not a full belt, but it is something. There. I can hear you. Seems I need to use 2 of those. Okay. So how are we on power now? Still okay. So this is going straight in here. And straight back out onto the belts. Now from what I figured, they fill up left to right. So this guy gets it first. They're getting what? 25 per second. This is 20 smelters. Which need 20 per second. So as soon as this backfills, which it does now, this guy should start, yes. But only the first 5 up here will actually get some. The rest needs to be flown in. Look at that, we're requesting 10,000 out of 10,000. It's glorious. Yeah, we need more. Much more. Where's the next one? That has been tapped. That has been tapped. I could just have a belt going over here, but... Down here. 1, 2. That is quite nice. We can put down 1 station over there and connect both of them. Where's the other one? They were supposed to be close together. It's that one, right? That's too far apart. We need 2 stations for that. No, it's these 2. That one and this one. Yeah, that's okay. I can do that. Do we have enough belts? Nope. Why would we ever have enough belts? We have enough miners? No. Not at all. You know what? Before I even start, let's go grab some. It's that way. Up! 20. Yeah, have your 6. Don't need those. What else? Other than bells. I think that's all we need. Oh. You know what? With the amount of space we have now, we just got 3 more rows. Here, have bells. Screw it. What else are we short on? The little inserters there. Sorters. But then again, we don't need those right now. So, we can come back for them whenever we need them. I've totally forgotten what I wanted to do here. I'm pretty sure I've done it somewhere else. So, don't need to worry. Hello? I can get you in there. If I had a free belt somewhere. Oh, I have on this side. Totally. It's here. Might as well. The more we have, the better. Dang it. There you go. I wanted to get these 2, but I also wanted to get that one over there. So that's 26. Alright, it's not bad. Let's do a belt going from this guy. Sounds like a plan. And let's actually use some of the small belts here. Connect there. Connect there. Now this has become a small belt right here that we need to fix. And I also like to do the one in front before you merge in. Reason for that is when you have a full belt here and you hit this belt that is mostly full, it's really hard to merge into it, but when I do one of these bits, it actually spaces them out because the items are moving faster, and it always takes a little bit longer for the next item to hop on this bit, so there is a little bit of space, and then they can just do their merge thing up here. That usually works out quite well. Have to do the same over there, probably. There you go. Those are merging. Those are both side-loading merging, which is the best you can do. Alright, that should be going. You should now be also supplying silicon. Thank you. And it's coming in. Some empty spots on the belt, but that is to be expected. That also means I could actually load you into there if I find another empty slot. And I know there's one more on this side. But then again, there's another one right next to it. And I might as well just open up a new station, because these are providing rare stuff, or raw stuff, not rare stuff, but a lot of that. And that means there's going to be a lot of drones flying in and out. Just adding more load to it is probably not the best thing you can do. This has to be plastered over anyway at some point. Yeah, we'll see. Let's put down the miners first and then see where we want to have the transport station on this one. So I'm gonna press shift here again to get this in as close as possible to cover the most amount of resource nodes right there. Move. And with this one right here, we should have all the nodes covered and don't need to worry about missing out on any. And then it's just filling up the maximum amount we can get. Trying to get up to that magical 30. There you go, 30.8. There's no need to put any more here, unless you want to do more than one belt, but why would I? It's fine. Let's move that up there. Trying to keep the trees intact. Believe it or not. And you're gonna meet up somewhere over here. Actually, might as well just do it this way. You don't have a connection yet. And you don't have a connection yet. That's all of them. Let's cover them with power poles. That's these guys. And then do those guys. Which means we're probably gonna have the station somewhere over here. Wherever we can find foundation support. And it seems like that's here. Drones in. Thank you. Don't need warpers or anything. You're just gonna be silicon ore. Don't need to worry about that. Power pole probably if it connects. Really? Right there. Well, then let's do these guys. 9 more. That should be more than enough. Probably gonna do something like that. And that. That has them all covered. Now we're at 13. Now it's just a matter of getting as many in here as possible. 27. Better. Alright, where do we go from here? How about we start with you? Do this. That is looking good. If I could only get them all from here, but no, I cannot. That looks okay though. I cannot place anything here. That's a bit of a bummer. Okay, you're connected up there. Might as well give you some redundancy by putting you into this network if I could. No, I cannot. I can just barely not. Okay, I can fix that. And you can get your power directly from over here. Just by doing this. That's looking good. Nobody is requesting anything yet. That has me a little bit worried. Oh, here we go. Stuff is going. It's not saying in transit with a, you know, negative number, but stuff is going. They're moving out there. This way. It could be because we're completely full. We're definitely producing enough now. Yeah, that's perfect. That's absolutely lovely. Alright. Let's get this show on the road. As I said in the beginning, I had to do some more glass, which we're moving straight in here. Because we had room in this station. That's the main reason. We had these 2 empty slots. We need that somewhere down the road. I can't even remember where. But it's somewhere within the production chain of these things. It's probably here for the prisms. Right. So let's have another look. We have 16 blue factories doing these, so we are going to be getting 720. This is not an issue. 6 factories doing the fire ice. We have 12, I think. No, 16 actually. 4x4, so that's 16. Yeah, we definitely have enough of those. And making that stuff, I'm pretty sure we've switched over to the blue ones. So we only need 12, and we should have 16, so that's also good. This is used in some other stuff. I think the guns or the receiver, but not that much. Not enough to max out 16 in total, so that's fine. And we need 12 factories doing the prisons, or in blue we need 8, and I think we have exactly 8. So we're gonna be running short on these in a little while. I should go that way. When we can't do enough prisms. It should be here. And these are blue ones, right? Yes, they are blue ones. I can't upgrade them any further. It's just these 8. They should be running non-stop in a moment. Okay, so let's have a look at our production over here. For the watch time and stuff. Yeah, Morty, no problem. You lurk away. This should have backed up now. Yeah, we have 2000 charged accumulators plus all the stuff on the belt, which looks amazing because it's glowing. And the empty ones are backfilled on the belt. And we have 1200. This is using a lot of the super magnetic rings, so I stopped this. I'm pretty sure we have enough for now. For whatever we may need that, other than gas collectors, which we also have more than enough by now. I went back to the gas giant we visited last time. The whole equator is now covered. There's 40 gas collectors on that one. Ugh, that's better. On that little one gas giant over here. And as you can see, there is not that much going. Other stuff is still going over there. I also went back here for the organic crystals. Oh, we can now click it, right, since we have that research. And then I realized coming back, when I clicked on our home system, that we actually do have organic crystals as well here. If I can ever click, not that, thank you. Right there, 4.5 million. It's like, okay, why did I even go here? And there's another one over here that I could have used as well, but I didn't want to then, because it was already annoying that I went there in the first place. Yes. We're getting stuff from all across the galaxy now. It's pretty neat. I like it. Should be getting stuff from you as well, right? Unipolar magnets? Maybe even you. Looking good though. Looking really good. So, this has been set up. As far as I can see, the belts are full. All of them. Including these guys. Which has me greatly surprised. That should mean we have 100. Yes. Ooh. 100 of those. So they do what? 20 per minute? So what did we say? We needed 36 of those? 36 times 20 is 720. Yes, we needed 36 of those. To shoot exactly as many sails into orbit as we are producing, as fast as we are producing them. So give me 36 of these, please. Ah, gotcha. Nice. Now you fill back up and start reproducing and whatever. The recipe is quite a thing. Then again, it only uses 5 processors, which is okay. That had me worried a little bit, but that's okay. Compared to the 20 steel, it could have been the other way around. But I also know we are running short on iron and all this stuff, so I actually branched out on the other planet in the system, where we're already getting a lot of stuff from, which is over here, Capacet Pentis 1 with the 26 million iron ore. And we're getting 30 magnets per second? No, 60 magnets per second from there. So there's a smelting area up there. And we are also getting another, I think it's 30 iron plates per second from there. And a lot more raw iron, just because we can. And that helped greatly. I did switch off the organic crystal producing stuff, which is not here but to the right of this facility. Isn't it? Where the plastic is. Nope, plastic is not here. Going back and forth. These are filled up again, so this whole oil chain stopped working again. But then again, the only thing we needed that for was hydrogen, and that we're getting in large quantities from our gas collectors. We don't have to worry about it. These things are still running, converting all the excess hydrogen into deuterium, which is awesome. And we are requesting deuterium along the line over here. Here's the organic crystal stuff. This is all set to storage, so just use up whatever you have and then you will have to stop. And this stuff is going straight into here. And we have it backed up to 10,000. Not requesting, just storing. May as well switch back to local supply and actually even remote supply, I don't care. Cause we're not requesting any more material, so this will run out completely eventually, which means we're not using plastic anymore. At all. Also, we're not using power for these anymore, other than the standby power, right? 24 kilowatts, yes. So, nothing. Lovely. You are demanding some to make the titanium crystals. That's good. It's not much, and we don't need those anymore. We switched over to the optical grating crystal, I believe, instead of these. So, They are just stockpiling up in here. See, nothing's happening at all, which is nice. These guys are still requesting deuterium. It's completely filled up. We are completely backed up on our fuel rods. It's also very, very lovely. I have my little machinery thing going here. Yeah, as you can see, this is switched off now because we have a way bigger facility. It's actually shorter if I say it that way than that way. That's all good. What is your major malfunction right now? You're running short on diamonds of all things. It's not the strange matter that needs all kinds of resources to be produced in here, which includes a freaking crap ton of deuterium. Why do you not have any deuterium? That belt should be full. Are you not getting anything from that belt? Did I do boo-boo here? Huh? Oh wow, I never noticed. This is the wrong way around. Which means you are good. That's the export bit, that's fine. Any more of those that I should worry about? Because I copied that, I'm pretty sure. That's both export, that's both import. Let's see. Fine. Getting there. No, okay, that was the only one. That's weird. Okay, sure. This is maxed out. This is no problem to be had. These, yeah, as you can see, no problem. Just put in a little more buffer. Also, this is backing up now. That's amazing. We're actually producing it so fast that it's filled up the storage and it's backing up. Huh. That's cool. That is really cool. And I only need these over here. So yeah, diamonds is what we're short on. Hello? How many do we need here? That's green. Geez, assembling machines. Says it right up here. And you need 4 diamonds every 6 seconds. Okay. We have 2, 4, 6, 7, 14 of those. How are we not having enough diamonds? I mean, they're coming in there right now, but there they go. That's it. I'm really good at flying. Diamonds are graphite. Graphite is somewhere over here, I'm pretty sure. This is all the stone stuff. Where did I put the graphite? Oh, it's right here. I'm producing 1 every 2 seconds. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, you also use for science, right? Yep, yellow science uses those as well. I have all the coal, I have all the graphite, and this is all I need to make the diamonds. So it's just a matter of processing it fast enough. Interesting. By the way, this is my only facility for making circuit boards. Now, if this was Factorio, we would have been dead a long time ago. In Factorio, at this stage, pretty much endgame stage, which we are now in, you would need like this for green circuits. Here, it's just about enough. I mean, yes, obviously, as you can see, we need more, but so far, it has been enough. That is interesting, I like that. So, you're just iron and copper, right? It's copper and steel. I could squeeze it in here somewhere. too much hassle. Let's just make a new facility. I could revamp this one because I'm not using it for anything else anymore. That's a plan right here. Let's do this real quick. Get rid of all of that. And then switch you over to other things. So you're gonna be that, you're gonna be that, and out goes that. That should be a decent backup, so the drones have time to fly around and get more. And 5,000 storage is probably okay. You're a bit in the way, but I can live with that. Okay, so all we really need is this guy. We're gonna put you probably right here. Let's put in the middles first. Let's go straight for the fast ones. What's the ratio here? 2 iron for 1 copper, so this one in the middle here is going to be copper, definitely. Stop it! This is going to be iron, that's correct. Also going to be iron. It's one of the things that I think is pretty weird. You know, when you try to do this and you move down, all of a sudden it jumps over to the next port. Even though it's occupied, why wouldn't it stay on the one that's empty? Yeah, you know what I mean, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Now we're gonna see just how many we can fit in here. So you are doing a 1 second recipe, so we definitely need the fast ones here. No matter where I put that. That's what she said. Pretty sure she didn't. There you go. Now for some reason I turned it around. If you have 2 sorters on one side and 1 on the other, it's pretty easy to spot. Otherwise, yeah, you're pretty screwed. That actually fits in there? Wow. That's nice. Then I need to do you. Two, 4, 6, 7, 14. So we just tripled up on the amount of circuit boards we can produce. I don't know if we have enough resources to do that. And I don't care. Demand? Demand. This should not be a problem. This may be. What am I going to do with all of those now? You don't need them. We'll find a way to waste those resources, no problem. There's the stuff coming in. Yep, looking good. It's backed up. It's empty again. You know what? Just get as much as you can. I don't know about your flight schedule, but you're definitely not getting it fast enough, so grab everything. And it seems like we're running short on copper now. I'm not gonna go and put another copper smelting somewhere. No. We're gonna move forward here. Got more stuff to do. If I do more copper, I will have to find a suitable planet and then just ship it in. How about you? 320,000. That's not suitable. How about you? 31 million. So we're just gonna set up a big copper smelting array up there and just import the ready-made copper. Oh, this is looking so good. It's just looking good. Right, let's switch you on. And this should be coming in at breakneck speed. Well, the drones are going out. That's good. It's not that far to go. That stuff is right here. We did have 5,000 a moment ago. Busiest hub in the whole center here. Well, yeah, we're requesting 4,000, and that machine over there, that facility could only store 5,000, so we almost emptied that out. We have all the glass. It's coming in directly if we need more. Actually have that on local supply in case we are making too much, because this should be more than enough to keep this facility running. And it seems like the metals are backed up. And we are making solar sails, which we are not using anywhere yet. But we're making 720 per minute. That's great and glorious. So how are we going to get this in orbit around our sun there? Are we going to do it from here, or are we going to do it from somewhere else? That's the big question there. And I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. I kind of like the idea of doing it over here, because that means we would be very close to the sun. And the orbit here is quite tempting. Then again, your orbit isn't bad either, so it doesn't really matter that much. How about you? You have a long way to shoot, and you have the weirdest orbit. So if I were to put up the guns up here, they would shoot now. As soon as you're on the other side of the sun, all of this would be in darkness. Like, see this line? This would be over here then. And these won't be able to see the sun. So they wouldn't be able to replenish our sails. So you might just do it here. Why not? We should have enough room. Yeah, right on this ring right here. That's why I made it. Okay, we need to put down 36 of these guns. Need foundation support. I want you kind of like that. Now another question is, can solar sails move through here? Can I connect this just as a ring, or do I have to put a belt on the outside and then put stuff in with sawdust? Because I can connect here, right? There was a connector port right there. Maybe not. But when I put it down, it says there's a connector port. But that may just be sawdust. Oh, okay. So if I were to put you around here, does this connect? Yes, it does. I guess that's what we're gonna do. So let's first of all figure out, if we have 36, how many do we need to place and where? These are 4 sectors, 4 pieces of the same pie. They all need the same amount in there, so 36 divided by 4. Isn't that 9? I think it's 9. Can we fit 9 in here? No tall buildings in the mother rotation area. Yeah, that's a bit of a thing. That's 3. That's not gonna be 9, no matter how you put it. And that should have been right on the line here. To make it symmetrical. So instead of doing that, how about I move them a little bit further up? How about I put them there? That should give me a different spacing. Hopefully. Just trying to make this symmetrical is all I want to do. Still doesn't look like it's good though. That's way further off now. Can you... Thank you. Okay, let's try it right on the centerpiece here. I'm pretty sure I should have hit this line if that was actually symmetrical in the end. Yep, see, that's still not working. This won't hit this line either. Now we're off to the right. I mean, I can cheese it and just pretend. That means we have a slightly larger gap in the middle here. Yeah, there's two spots where it will fit here. Which means we have this little... This group of threes. I can live with that. Let's do that. Center is right here. Another question would be now, if that is the center and we can do this, can we move this up a little? So you're here, and there's still this gap, right? Instead of having you here, if I put you here, that would be that one. Seems to be still the same gap. Is it though? If I move you up? Yes, it is. Alright, well, that's what we're gonna do. Have it right in the middle there. I like that. Yeah, that was wrong. Where that came from? It's also not you, it's you. Now we have 12 left. It's the same here, it's a gap of 2. It's interesting. At least for me it is. I don't know about you. There you go. And now we're gonna go and do... You know what? I kind of feel like I want this. The big one in the middle. Why wouldn't I? So, now we need to get builds in here. Okay. You have been misplaced. How could you? So there's one ring. Let's put you back in here. And then I kind of need to connect that up down here where we need another ring. Just for the fun of it, you're gonna go around this way. Probably want a splitter in here. If I can, that is. Yes, I can. It just looks weird no matter where I want to put it. Over here would be fine. That works. You kidding me? There you go. That's a weird placement for a splitter though. Means I can put one right here if I wanted to, right? Yup. Okay, we're gonna fancy this up. Let's see what we can do here. Haven't used enough splitters so far. Should be all of them. Let's reconnect. Is that it? Mostly. That should be it. I want you to connect to that one. Yeah, that's weird. That doesn't even want to connect, that's great. Because it's right on that fault line there. Ooh. Ooh. Anything going to connect here? No. Oh, that's perfect. Over here it probably would. and then it would not going out. It's not much use having these if it doesn't connect. And that is why you try these things first on one object before you place 100 of them. But it's only 8. It's not that bad. Okay. So I mean, obviously we're gonna have lines coming out the cardinal directions here. What else can we do? That's all where it should be. Good, 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 good. You don't have power. Yeah, I know. That's a bit of a problem that we're gonna fix in a moment or two. So how about we do a splitter here? Like that. And that can just go straight into there. And then we're gonna have one of these bells go out here. And up. And out. It looks a little wonky, but it is on the line. This is the best you can do here. Unless you want to go through the cannons, which is not a thing you can do. You have to be very careful not to erase this big structure here when you're using delete. Oh, that's already connected. Oh. Actually, this looks quite cool. Having that red, big, fat line on the blue belt, it actually looks cool. I like that very much. I could have more of that, please. Okay, let's connect all of these again. And since we should have some of the solar sails in stock, I hope we will be able to backfill these belts before we start taking away from them, because that should look quite cool, having these all being full. If we don't backfill them now, we will never, because we're shooting as many solar sails into orbit as we are producing. Well, that's gonna be a bit of a thing then. Okay, that is looking fine. Now I just need to do this. Was it here or was it there? Nope, that seems to be correct. Yeah, that looks quite okay. I can live with that. That is interesting. Okay, power. Do we want to have power poles in between here, or do we want to do something completely different? Let's see, if I put you here, too close to the EM rail ejector. So I would have to put them on the outside here somewhere. Need foundation support. Great. If I put you here, you're not covering both of them, so I can't cover both of them. That's the thing. I can put them in here. That works. Does that get both of you? Yes, it does. It's like what? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Will be there. It's completely unnecessary because I'm getting this one twice. You don't understand. This needs to look gorgeous. Okay, I can't use the 45 degrees here because that's where the belt is, and on the 90 degrees that's where the splitter is. So you can't put these on top of a splitter, which I think is an oversight. That should totally be possible. Can't put them in between here, and the only place I probably could is probably in between here, although, no, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, no. Even though I could move these guns over by one, I can't put anything in between there. Okay, sure. It's a little too close. Foundation support. Let's try this somewhere else. Needs to be there. I don't like that. How about we make some of these guys? I haven't even set that up yet. Ooh. Shopping mall. Here. We need those power poles, of which we have a lot, so I could just grab some if I need to. And super magnetic rings and the heavy duty frames or whatever those are. Am I using those anywhere? That would be a yes. Right here. And I can put them through here. That would work. Don't really want to. And again, I can just connect it up here. Do that. Have you? Why not? Sit. And I want you here. Because then I can take a box and put it here. And do this. You are going to make me some of those. This is going to collide. I was sure it was going to do that. So you're gonna go there. You're gonna go there. That works for me. And we already have a power pole there, so we don't even have to worry about that. Now, all you need is this. That's gonna drain our rings quite fast. I also cannot request any more stuff over here, right? No, 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 no. Okay, so I have to bring over the power poles manually. that. What I can do... Just put that in here. First, I need to put those in here. Now... I can filter that. Say, you know what? You're just gonna sit down here. I'm gonna do this stuff for me. I'm gonna take those 19. I'll be happy about it. Cool. That works. Stay. Stop flying. It's annoying. Alright, so where could I possibly put you? Oh, I would have liked to put them right there. Needs foundation support. Okay, if that is the only issue, that's fine with me. What's your range? A lot? Would be the correct answer there. How is that too close to the raid ejector when it's not here? Okay. Don't even. Oh, it's not symmetrical though. I need it here then to make that work. That will be on the 45 degree. That's annoying. If I could get one here in the middle, I would cover them all probably. Okay, obviously I can't get anything in between here. It needs to be somewhere in this area, which means I would have to have more foundations over here. It's also something I don't really want. That covers a lot of area though. If I do this, the next one would be over here. I'm not getting that one, really? Which means, yeah, I'm also not getting that one. Can I move you? Oh, almost. We can move you here. Fly faster. There you go. That gets them, including the sorters that will connect here. So that is a thing I can do. That needs foundation support. So the next one would be here. And you would be here, I think. That looks cool. And it connects straight up over here. Nice. Yeah, I can live with that. Now the only thing that's not getting power is that guy. How cool is that? Look at that. Power gap in the middle of all the things. You know what? You get your own power pole right there. It's fine. Nobody will notice. I could go completely crazy and say, you know what? How about we do this? That gives a nice pattern. Look at that. This is weird. This is completely weird. Look at the blue lines there. I kinda like that idea. You actually have to be set up to do something? Oh, right. You have to set the orbit. We haven't even touched that problem yet. Ooh, so as long as I don't do that, they won't shoot, right? Because they don't know where. Orbit not set. Nice. There's the sun. They should all be able to see it. That means we can start requesting these. Everybody's going. It's looking good. And we can start putting in... let's see again. You're shooting 20 per minute. So that is 1 every 3 seconds. Which means this one should be enough. Well, we don't have any of those. We're going to use these. We have 52. And, oh, wow. Belt's full. Yep, belt's full. We have 52 of these and we have 36 guns. So this shouldn't be an issue. And even on those parts, we can just connect it right in the middle. That's awesome. That's the way I want it. It is filling up. Because literally that's the only thing that will go in there. So it is filling it up. But it's not shooting it yet because the orbit hasn't been set. That's okay. Inner ring connected. Now let's connect up the outer perimeter here. And you can see the belt emptying a little bit. Now that's obviously because we are filling up the guns. And as soon as they are filled up, the belt should fill up again. Provided we are producing enough of that, which we are. The question is just, is our backlog big enough to fill up the internal buffer of these guns and the belts before we start shooting? Jeez, am I not done yet? Oh yes, I am. Perfect. So all of these should be connected. So now let's touch base on the Dyson sphere thing. Here we are. This is our lovely little planet and this is our orbit. Well, that way, right? Yeah, it's going that way, I think. Now, how does this work? Dyson sphere Kappa Serpentis, star illumination times 1. So if we had a better star, like the blue ones, give you more illumination, or illumination, you will get a modifier here that goes towards the capacity, the wattage you generate, the amount of energy you produce. And then it's just how many solar sails do you have in orbit around the sun, and what is the generation capacity here. Show all orbits. That's the orbit that is currently set, it seems. Yeah, that's for the Dyson Swarm. And then there is the Dyson Shell, which would be this one. But we haven't started on that one yet, because for the Dyson Shell, the actual Dyson Sphere, you need components. You need to build a structure. For the Swarm, you just shoot solar sails into orbit. Why is one better than the other? Well, if you just shoot the solar sails into orbit around here, they will decay over time. If you use them to bring them up to the actual Dyson Sphere and incorporate them into the structure, they will not be used up. So instead of being consumables, they start being actual structural materials that just stay there forever. But for this you need rockets to bring them into orbit, you need the pylons, like you need the structure around it, like, you know, you need to construct one of these things somewhere here. We're gonna get to that as soon as we're ready. We're not yet. So we're gonna stick with our orbit here. Now you can add your own orbit. Just go, okay, I want this to go very small or very large. It's up to you. I don't even know if that has any... if that interferes or influences with the amount of sails you can shoot into orbit at all. I don't know. I would want to have that. That is so weird. I want to have that level with the rest, so that should be completely level. Longitude, that doesn't matter at all. Really. Can go up to 360. Can I click in here? Yes, that's 280. So you can do all kinds of math and just figure this out completely if you want to. I don't. Not really. Inclination 0, that's definitely what I'm going for. Orbit. What is this one then? This orbit is 13,000 something. I don't know which one I want yet. Question is, What orbit are our... Hello? Can I get a star map? Thank you. What orbit are our planets? What's your distance to the star? Doesn't tell you. So, like having a swarm right here in the middle would be really cool, so that you fly through it when we fly from planet to planet. That would be really awesome, actually. Maybe we should just do it as big as possible. If you do it very small, activate it. Let's do here, add orbit. If you do a very small one, and you pack 100 million solar sails in there, it will probably glow that much brighter because they're closer together, so it will look more epic. If you do it like this, they're more spread out. There will be many, many holes in that swarm. But it's bigger. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. This is the maximum you can go, it seems. 27,900. Can I overwrite this? Like that? Okay, it defaults back to 27.9. That's good. That's what I wanted to see. 180 doesn't matter anyway, right? Yeah. Not at all. I think this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna create this as number 2. It's activated, that's okay, right? This one, it's the first one, you can't delete that one no matter what you do. You also don't seem to be able to modify that. I can't right click, left click, nothing. This I can delete and put in another one if I want to. Alright, sure. But that is set now. So we do have an orbit, we just need to use it. So in here we go and we say 2. And then the only question is, can you actually see it? And right now it doesn't seem like you can. But we're going to use that. And copy that everywhere. And see what happens. And it stopped copying for some reason. Am I? Yeah, I'm too far away. It's always the same. You can access these stations from across the galaxy, but you cannot copy building settings into other existing buildings from 2 steps away. It is what it is. And they are shooting. Some of them are. Those that can see. Stop that. That should be all of them. Look at that! He says, and then he zooms in so far that it's too bright to see anything. There you go. We are producing a swarm. There they go. Let's jump over here. So that is our maximum orbit around the sun. That is not what I expected. I really had hoped that it would have been in here, but nope. It's not even close. From this guy, we should be able to see these really up close then. That could be pretty cool. Over here, well, you know, they're up there. Since they're not all shooting at the same time, we're not gonna use up the solar sails on a 1-to-1 ratio. I mean, how many are shooting here? That's not that many. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 out of 36. So we're barely consuming a third of our production. Now we can do the same thing on the South Pole. Or just put more in here, I mean, obviously. But we also need a way to use the energy that we're now generating. There you go. It's 13 megawatts in there already with 350 sails. It's not that much. But it will be much more soon. So the next thing I want to do is continue this ring, for which I actually need to have more soil on me. Ooh, that's gonna be a thing. I need to go somewhere and grab soil. Because this is all water right here. That's annoying. And then we have to put down the ray receiver to actually do something with that energy that we will be getting from that swarm. So soil is the first task. Now, can we do that on this planet, or do we need to go to another planet? Already finished all of this up here. Next ring, I think there would be another ring in between here. I can also continue this one. That might get us some soil. Nah, we're getting close to the sea again. Oof, okay, well, let's see. This will give us some, and then we're gonna use some to get over that little puddle there. It's give and take. Let's do this side first. And we're up to 88,000. That's nothing. Okay, there's a lot of sea here. There's not that many real mountains in this area. There is a lot of sea in this area, though. Same is true for up here. Now we need to go somewhere else. Can you please go? Wow. Let's go there. Hilly area, anyone? Yeah. Yeah, this is more like it. Already started placing stuff over here, so I could continue that, but it doesn't seem to be much more height here. That's why I placed those, just for the height map. I haven't done any more than that. Could do some over here. Let's go to the pole. Which is there. And just a quick press on X actually helps you get your bearings. This one. I'm pretty sure it's that one. And it's this one. 17,000, yeah, look at that. Now we're up to 348k. That's better. That is surely better, and we still have some. So we might as well continue over here. Alright. Stop! Auto-saving when I'm trying to place foundations. Let's make this halfway look nice. There you go. And we have 458,000. I think that's good. Look at it. You know what? Let's have a look. I want to see that up close. Ah, it looks so weird. We're just shooting this guy. Why wouldn't we? Let's get in there. Let's get up close and personal. There we go. Oof. Yep, that's cool. That is definitely cool. Okay, so these sails have a lifetime of 1,800 seconds, which is what? Half an hour? I think it's half an hour, yeah. And then they will expire. Now, there are research items that can extend that, which are down here, and that's the next thing we're actually going to do. Gives you 150 seconds per. When you reach the end over here, you get the rest that you need to bring that up to a total of another 1,800 seconds. It says it right here. So it will be 3,600, so it will be an hour. So they last twice as long when you're done. Same, you have the ray transmission efficiency. You are getting not all the energy from those sails because there is solar ray energy dissipation and all that stuff. And that can be reduced here by a lot, by a lot, by a lot, by a lot. Basic energy dissipation is 70%. And you can bring that down. So currently we're losing 70% of the energy in the process. And I think when you bring that down, you're at 20 or something. So it's not like 10% or 15% from this base value of 100%. No, it's 10% less of the 70%, which is a total of, you know, factual value of 7%. So the next thing will be 63, and then it's 10% of that, which is 6.3%, so it will be 56.7%. It gets a little weird in the math. It's not from the base value, it's always from the current value that you have to deduct these, which caught me off guard the first time. But that's how that is. We're not researching anything right now, which actually is good, because that means we're stocking up on our research stuff. And I'm just flying somewhere. I completely passed our own planet. That's great. Look at where I am. I came from there. And I just went straight past. Now I have to go back almost the same distance. That's awesome. That's great. I could just warp there, just face plant into the planet for the fun of it. But then I would probably shoot past and have to do it again. Oh man. This starts to look good here with all the concrete around it. Yeah, it is a pattern of sorts. Thank you. I'm here. And stuck. So, next thing you want to do is grab some of these. How many do I have now? Too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 60. That's probably way too many. And the belt is full, so it's restocking. We have way too many of those right now. But we can use them on other planets as well. As long as we're in the same system, we can all tap into the same Dyson swarm, which is forming quite nicely up there. That's looking cool. Even in the sunlight, that's looking cool. Okay, let's see if we have enough foundations around here, which should be somewhere over here. Nope. Almost. On the other side. Here we go. Yeah, that's good. Let's take all of them. And if we have enough soil, to finish one of these rings here. This one. No, I do not want to upgrade the ring. I want to place some foundations. Shut up. One reason why I like building between these fault lines is because foundations get jumpy. You actually have to hit that line and then it jumps over to the other side. Same here. So as long as I stay within the boundaries, I can just drag and paint without having to worry about jagged edges or whatever. It's really nice. Then we are going to run into our science facility here, which is completely fine. That was expected. We're still at 36,000 for the soil pile. We're also stocking up on green cubes now. That's glorious. So they're going completely into warper production now, which we should also have filled up by now, quite frankly. Which means we're not producing any more of those cubes, or we're just, you know, stocking up on the green cubes over here. Oh yeah, done. That's good. That should be a huge drain gone from the system. Yeah, we're down to 400. From nearly 700. That's good. We are gonna start the machinery again very, very soon though. To increase solar cell life, because why wouldn't we? I mean, made all the effort to put those into orbit, might as well make them last as long as we can. Right, here we go. So now we need to plan this out. That should probably be under energy. It's not. Then it's somewhere. Where would the ray receiver be? Oh, it's Dyson Sphere. Of course it is. Because Dyson Sphere needs its own icon for the two things. And there's probably the rocket launch pad or whatever, so it's probably going to be 4 or 5 things. And this needs its own tab for the 4 things. And then definitely for research, which is only the research lab, yes, it needs its own tab. That's why it's getting cramped down here. Could be reorganized a little bit, I feel. Right, we have 60 of those on us. Let's see where we want to place them. I don't know yet. If I place one here, can I place another one here? Yes, I can, but not any closer. Oh, that's perfect. That means I can place them on each of these nodes. You're not where you're supposed to be. Right on the cross section here. At least we don't have to worry about it being symmetrical. You only have to worry about having enough of them. If you zoom in too far, you get lost. There you go. Nice. Would you land? Thank you. Holding down all the right buttons, not doing anything. This is probably overkill. Placing this many. This German does not care. Alright. How many did we place? 23 left, so we placed 37. And it would have been 40, probably. That is quite cool, though. I'm not gonna lie, that is quite cool. So let's have a look at these. What do they do? Strength 100%. That is good. So we are close enough that we're actually getting all of it. How does this work now? Let's have a look. Max output is currently at 5.3 megawatts. And as you can see, it's going up. That's because continuously receiving a ray from our solar cells will slowly increase the max output, as it says here, and increase the efficiency at which we are receiving. Where's the efficiency? I don't know. I don't see any. Dyson Sphere currently is producing 600 megawatts, we can get 170 of that with all of these places. Is that what I'm reading here? How does that make sense? We have 40 of them placed. Each can do 5 megawatts right now. I think when this is maxed out, it's 12. So 40 times 12 is 180. Yeah, that would actually be true. Why is this number still going up then? What? I don't get it. Those that I placed first should be way higher up there, right? Which are the ones that I placed first and last? This is at 20%. Okay, I guess we will just see. So basically what happens here is these things need to receive a ray from that swarm. And it seems even over here, on the side that's furthest away, which is, you know, looking through the pole at the sun, even this over here, no, it's not receiving. Continuous receiving there, this is not receiving. None of these are. So as soon as that drops, you're back down at 5 megawatts, and this needs to go up again as soon as you're getting the light. So placing these closer to the pole, even though you can place fewer, is actually better because they may still be receiving when they're sitting like here. Now they're definitely in the shadow, they're not getting anything. You can't really tell from the animation. Are you getting stuff? Yes. You're not. You're not. You asked. No, you're going down. 70% strength. 50. That seems to be not enough to get this anywhere. 92. This is going down, even though this is still going up. This is still at 100%. Well, with the planet rotation, you're next to drop in strength, right? Is this going up or down? No, it's going down. It's going down. Yeah, you're next. That's a bit of a thing. Obviously, you can do the same you did, or we did, with the solar panels and the wind turbines and just make a huge belt going around the equator. Then you know that about a third will always be pointing at the sun, and a third will be in the dawn and dusk, in the twilight zone, and a third will be on the, well, backside of the planet and not receiving anything. And as soon as you filled that up and they all charged up at least once, you will have a steady supply, because one will be powering down while the other one will be powering up here, depending on where they are in the chain. So you get a steady supply, same as with the solar panels we have around the planet, right? So then you know about how much you receive here. This is still going up. Now we're at 207. Since we have the science in between here, where 3 of those receivers could be, this will go up and down whenever this is in the light, because then on the other side we will actually have 3 ray receivers, and half a day later we will have these in darkness, not interfering with any of this, but the 3 receivers will be in the light. So yeah, this may go up to, I don't know, 250 and then back down to 200 or something. We will just have to wait a little bit until all of this is charged as best as it can be. Some of these are bound to reach a very decent number. It's 45 over here. This should go up to 100%, and then we see how far it will drop when it's on the night side. If it doesn't drop down to 0 before it starts going back up again, then that is also quite nice. That means it doesn't need as long to charge back up to 100%. So after 3, 4, 5 rotations, we know how much energy we get from the swarm. And, you know, we're still shooting stuff into that swarm. Shooting down our logistics vessels in the process. Let's see, where are we? 223 megawatts, which is what the swarm can produce. Dyson sphere status. Oh yeah, that's the Dyson sphere status. So 225 megawatts is what this thing can produce. requested power and total power generation. So we're requesting 712? How is that a number? Where did that come from? Ugh. That's none of these numbers. What the hell? I kinda don't get this at all. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Current total requested power and total power generation. So we're requesting 717. I just clicked on that guy, and that was not 717 at all. 712. That would... okay, sure. What is not connected to the system? I don't know. There must be some lonely station somewhere on this planet that is also requesting power but not connected to this power network. That's the only explanation I have for that. The swarm is making 240. So the more solar sails we get in there, the more of the total power that we demand will be generated by the Dyson swarm, which means we can switch off our generators again, and even the solar power will be kind of redundant. We're currently at an efficiency of 40%, so this will continue to go up. The higher the ray efficiency is, it can go up to 70%, right? It says it right here. The more energy we get out of this, so the max output will go up, and I think it's 12. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 12 for the maximum. Can be increased by graviton lens and continuous working. That's the key. Right now, we can't do this because we haven't unlocked that yet. We can't put graviton lenses in here. As soon as that's the thing, we need a second ring around here where we can input graviton lenses. Same here. That's gonna be fun. And then we're gonna have even more power. And we're probably gonna do a ring of these around the South Pole as well, relatively soon, because we just have them lying around. They are being made for us. And I still have some on me. Didn't use all of them. So why wouldn't we? Just have to tie it into the power network. And then we should be good for a while. We also probably want... we want to have this whole setup. The guns, the solar sails requesting, and an array of ray receivers on the South Pole as well. One of the poles will always have more visual. So if we have the South Pole and North Pole completely covered with the same setup, you get an average that is not going to change. Because it doesn't matter which way the planet tilts, it will unlock like 2 or 3 guns firing up here and 2 or 3 more receivers receiving, but at the same time it will lock 3 guns on the South Pole and the same amount of receivers receiving. So it will, you know, it will even itself out. There's a balance in things. We managed to go once around the sun though. That's looking pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. 266 megawatts. So now that we are around once, we're still not past the half-hour mark, right? They shouldn't be expiring just yet. We have 7,000 in there. There will come a time when this number just stops going up, because the sails are expiring at the same rate as we're shooting more in there. And then we will have a total amount of generation up here. And that is what we get. Not more, not less, because unless we add more guns and shoot more sails in here, this number will not go up anymore. If we reduce the amount of guns, this will decay very, very fast. Unless we up our receiving capacity, we won't be using much of this energy. And unless we extend the solar sail life, this will not go up. Obviously, if they can last twice as long, this number will go twice as high, right? Simple math? I know for some it's not that simple, but actually, just believe me, it is that simple. If they last twice as long, then we can shoot as many into the swarm as we already have in the swarm in the same amount of time it takes them to decay. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just run through here and do as many as we can. Oh, look at that. That's so nice. We're gonna go through here as far as we can, which is all of it. Queue that all up. That is fast. Ooh. I mean, we do have increased research speed, and it doesn't take that many cubes, so yes. We're also gonna go through here as far as we can. Currently, I'm having a hard time queuing it up faster as the queue is emptying, which is good. Now it's full. Perfect. Could you finish? That would be nice. Up to 2,100 seconds. And these can all be done except for the last one. Okay. So yeah, I guess off cam I'm gonna queue these up while... Thank you. I'm going to go to the South Pole, which is mostly in darkness now, to set up the same system we have up here. At least it's already prepared. I just need to put it in there. That's what she said. What? Alright. That's looking good. That is looking really good. Okay, so let's have a rather quick look. Can I queue up more? Yes. Almost. At what comes next. All of this is done. We're now at the stage where the next thing to research would be planetary ionosphere utilization. Allow ray receiver to consume graviton lenses to increase the max output power, which is exactly what I just talked about. We're basically overclocking our ray receivers, or /and we can go up here to use the small carrier rocket to launch the Dyson sphere components to form the Dyson sphere frames and nodes. That will unlock the vertical launching silo, which needs a bunch of materials, which we now have, so it's not a problem. The lens is not a problem. The quantum processor is not a problem. The other two should also not be a big deal. We just need a bunch of those. Okay. Then again, how many launching silos do you need? It's the rockets that you need. So you can launch 5 per minute. That's every 12 seconds. That's not bad. Launch a small carrier rocket loaded with Dyson sphere components. This is the small carrier rocket. It doesn't tell you how much it can carry. Delivery vehicle of Dyson sphere components. If you want to speed up the construction, you need to send more rockets. If you want to send more rockets, you need more of these. Okay, I get it. These need the rocket components there that look like shuriken. They also need fuel, and they need a couple of processors. That's not bad. And we make one every 6 seconds. And this shoots one every 12 seconds. So one assembler making these can feed 2 rocket silos. That's cool. We can just place the assembler straight in the middle of those and just request all the materials via station here. You know, that one. Interstellar stuff and things. Dyson sphere stress system. Aha. That just allows you to place the nodes in the system in a different way. Okay. And then we get into even more power, which is down here. The artificial star, 75 megawatts, that is actually absolutely amazing. Once you have that running and you can provide continuous power supply, which will be antimatter fuel rods. We have the hydrogen, that's not a problem. We need these, which is one of those we get for free, the other is just some processors and it takes 20 seconds. Sure. So that's not a problem. The alloys on the right is not a problem, so it's just the thing on the left, which is... I don't even know. It's the outcome of this? Yes. Photons can be inverted into antimatter and hydrogen under the effect of supermagnetic field. In a particle collider, alright. You can switch these guys to produce photons. I'm still flying. I shouldn't do that. I'm still doing it. I don't care. You can switch these over to photon generation as soon as it's unlocked. Can't click it just yet. And I think you can put these just straight on the belt. Yeah, put photons on the belt. Sounds weird, but it is what it is. And then feed that into the thing here. What was it? A particle collider, right? To make these weird negative photons there. I guess that should be antimatter. That actually is antimatter. It's exactly the opposite. Usually you have the plus in the middle and the minus on the outside. The middle being the proton, the heavy, positively loaded particle, which is, you know, circled, orbited by the electron. At least in the graphic, you know, in reality it works a little different, but then we get into Heisenberg and... no, don't. And antimatter is supposed to be the exact opposite. If antimatter meets matter, there is a huge explosion because they annihilate each other, and the only thing that's left is energy. So, you see that you have a negative proton in the middle and a positive electron on the outside. Antimatter. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a nice depiction, I like that. They actually paid attention. And with that, you can make the antimatter fuel rods then. You need a lot of them. But the energy you produce is awesome. And that gets us to, if I can ever click on it, mission completed. Relatively soon. As soon as we get the universe matrix, which needs antimatter and all of the other cubes. And then we need a lot of those to unlock stuff. Especially all the last upgrades. Like, that's a lot. That is a lot of a lot. But there's not much more here. So, we have a swarm. Swarm is going. It needs to go for about an hour until it's saturated and, you know, say it's decay as fast as we shoot them in. Once we hit that mark, we know how much energy we actually get. It seems like they start to decay now because we're probably past the half-hour mark. But then again, we're now researching to make them last longer. Can I not press escape here? Hello? That was weird. Still going. As soon as that's done, we will be at the designated hour lifetime. And every sail we shoot into orbit then will have this 1 hour lifetime. So from the moment this is researched, 1 hour later, that is when we have saturated our first Dyson swarm. And know the total output it can do. It seems like we're currently at 330 with already decaying panels here and there. So I would assume that we go up to maybe 600. 600 megawatts is pretty much what we currently need on our whole planet. And we're still generating, what, 400 something from the solar panels, so we should be at a gigawatt then. Which means we can do some stuff. We have some room to do things, which is good. Also, the moment... Actually, the sails are coming out of nowhere. Come on. The moment I double up on this and place some of these on the South Pole, we will not quite double up on that, I believe. It really depends on what my axial inclination is right now, but it seems like there's a clear line going through here. Right here. So half of them are firing, half of them are not firing. So on the pole on the other side, looking at where the darkness is going through here, yeah, we may have half of them firing as well. So yeah, it may actually double up. It may. This is becoming a Death Star of sorts. That's a very weird one at that. Well, it's looking cool. I can also make this look like, you know, like in the atom symbol, like have one go through here and then another one go through here. Have 3 rings. That could look cool. I would just have, well, on the South Pole I would have to do the second one, and then I would probably have to take a third of these and a third of these to do the third ring. Maybe just use the ones up here entirely? I don't know. So these is Swarm 1, Swarm 2, and down here, these will also be Swarm 2, and the other ones will be Swarm 3, something? I don't know. We'll see. It sounds like a nice plan. Maybe I do that, maybe I won't. You will find out next time when we meet again and probably start working on the actual Dyson sphere. Yeah, that's going to be a thing. I'm gonna watch this for a while because it just looks so awesome. We're at 75 hours into the game. Beat that. Have a good one. See you next time. Bye-bye.